Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Bobby Baez, and I am Iona College's voice of professional wrestling. Now, I am here today with special guest. As you may know, I'm on the radio, Paris Haven. Say hello to the people, Paris.
What's up, guys? How y'all doing?
Hold on, just real quick. Guest two, right?
I think I'm guest three.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Who you want?
Wait. Yeah. Wait. Can you hear me?
Uh, wait. Speak. Hold on.
All right.
Speak.
Well, yep.
Sorry for technical
I'm
difficulties,
guest one.
folks.
I'm a guest one.
Guest one.
Yeah. There we go.
Oh, okay.
All right.
That's to make sure.
There we go.
All right, now we're all good. All right, so now just real quick, Paris is a senior, so this will be his last Friday of doing radio.
That's
next
right.
week. Seems last week.
Honestly, thank you, Bobby, for having me on. Sorry I got to join so late, man. I
Yeah,
wish I
man.
knew about this show a long time ago. You know, wrestling is, like I said in the previous episode, is my life. Shout out to you for having this show, having
Thanks,
this
man.
platform. Thank
Thanks,
you
man.
for all professional wrestling fans. Thank you, man.
Yeah, and I know you're gonna be in the real world doing adult things,
Oh God.
but if you ever have any free time, I'll let you know when I'm doing the show next semester. You could definitely come on if you feel like it.
Thank you,
You
man.
know, so-
Thank you so much.
Yeah, so let's get right into it. So payback is this Sunday. We're gonna do a little payback preview in the next segment, but right now we're gonna talk about Monday Night Raw.
Mm.
So Monday Night Raw came from Hartford, Connecticut, and as you know, that's where the McMahons are from. So it's usually always a big deal when they're in Connecticut. So the show started off with Shane McMahon coming out, and then Stephanie McMahon came out,
Mm.
and the whole brother sister squabble, and Stephanie McMahon decided to call herself the what was it, the daughter, the queen or princess of Hartford, something like
something
that.
like that.
Yeah. So that I believe she said that that was gonna be Shane's last week, and then he's gonna be gone. But to me, what it's kind of a harbinger for weeks and weeks of typical authority promos, really.
Yeah, it seems like they're going by the whole Shane, this is Shane's last night every week, and basically what this promo was about was it was, to me, it was the same old it ended the same way where Stephanie or somebody else has to get taken away by security. I mean,
Yeah.
it's funny because we've seen the same thing happen like a couple of months ago when it was her being taken away by security because she was wilding on I think it was, who was it? Roman Reigns, yeah.
Yeah.
And she got taken away then, and then that's when Vince McMahon threw the fit and hit everything. So it kind of reminded me, it kind of echoed that a little bit, but obviously it was a different twist because of Shane being involved. So I don't know if Shane, and the whole thing and payback, I don't know. We're gonna talk about it some more. Is actually that Vince is going to decide who stays,
Yeah.
and either Shane or the Authority, who controls Monday Night Raw.
No, quick thing. One thing that got me upset about that segment was the commentary, specifically JBL. He got me so upset. How do you treat your sister like that? I'm like, it's just security. Calm down.
And see, JBL, the thing is, he's the only one on that team, I feel like, that
That has
actually
energy.
sells the what's going on. I feel like
Yeah.
Michael Cole does a great job of being
Doing play-by-play.
play-by-play, and then JBL's a great color commentary. But
You know what the problem is with the commentary team is? 3.
yeah,
I feel like 3 is too many. I think 2 is fine.
I think 2 is fine, and specifically because Byron Saxon is terrible at commentary.
Yeah. The whole WWE universe can agree on that one. So that's how it started, and now we're gonna go on to the matches. Right after that promo was the first match of the night: AJ Styles and Sheamus. Any AJ Styles match usually is exciting, but because it's against Sheamus, there wasn't really that much hype into it. Really, what this match proved to be was a sign of things to come for the makeshift tag team that no one cared about, the League of Nations. So it was a decent match. I think Sheamus is kind of underrated in terms of wrestling, but he doesn't do the typical flips and kicks of the indie style. He's more of a brawler.
Yeah, he's a brawler type, and that's why I give it up to what Sheamus does. He fulfills his role as a brawler. And it's always great to see the different styles of competition. So you've seen AJ, he's like a high flyer technical wrestler, and then you have somebody like Sheamus who is the traditional brawler that has the power moves. He uses moves like the backbreaker, traditional wrestling moves, and that's why I feel like he's underrated, because a lot of people in this age like to see high flying a lot. They like to see speed,
Yeah, the problem with that is you can't have everyone have the same style.
Exactly.
Not everyone's gonna be AJ Styles or I'm gonna go to the indie guy here, Zack Sabre Jr.
Mm.
Look him up; he's really good. But yeah, the contrasting styles definitely made this match better than a lot of people expected. So AJ Styles got the win there. Of course, you're not gonna have the number one contender lose it. A guy who's just been lost in the shuffle for the past couple months, really. So, then the next match after that, we got to see the debut of Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows. Yes, definitely.
Yes.
This is very, yeah. I had the same reaction. This is very exciting. They went up against the Usos. They weren't losing that one. Let's be honest. So they won.
Yeah, they better not have, because I mean, WWE nowadays, you never know. Like they like to destroy talent as soon as they get their talent that isn't originally there. So thank God that they actually sold the team.
Yeah.
I saw, like, I remember before the match they came out of AJ Styles' locker room.
That's right. Yeah.
So I was like, whoa.
And you saw the attire that they were wearing. It kind of looked like it had like the Japanese style almost.
Yeah.
I don't know what kind of jacket it was, but it was one of those. But they came out, they decimated the Usos. You saw why they were so hyped up. Why they're international. Exactly.
Yeah, Carl Anderson is a beast.
Yeah.
Honestly, he's probably my favorite of the duo.
Yeah, we've already seen Luke Gallows before. He's had three separate runs in the WWE. So, but still, he's definitely improved. And Carl Anderson is, as you said, a beast. Theme song. Now, I'm just talking about the theme song real quick.
Mm-hmm.
The thing about the theme, I don't love it. Like, I like it, but it's not like, it doesn't really have like the riff. The riff I like.
It's like one of those and I'm gonna like make reference to the created the SmackDown games. It kind of sounded like a generic creator wrestler type theme.
Like once the lyrics came into the song, it kind of sounded generic.
Yeah. The lyrics definitely saved the song.
Yeah.
Honestly, I guess it's like they're because a lot of times when tag teams debut or people debut, like their theme changes around time.
Yeah.
So maybe it'll be modified, maybe it'll be remastered. So
it might be the same. Who knows? All right. So they defeated the Usos. It was a decent match, and the Usos are kind of getting stale. To me, they are.
Yeah, I agree with you.
So I feel like they're gonna go down in the card. They've already won multiple tag team titles, so I mean, I think their reign at the top of I think their reign at the top of the tag team division is coming to an end.
And then at the end, we had a run-in from none other than Roman himself.
Yes.
Yeah, because after the end, Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson had to beat down the Usos. Had to get them, man. That was great, because doing that really makes a statement, especially on a debut, that you are an established tag team, that you are a dominant tag team, that you have to beat the opponent after the match. And then here comes Roman Reigns with the speed of God, like with this Superman punch of the century. Gets on I forgot who he hit. Who did he hit with the Superman? Like
that might have been Anderson.
He came through with God's speed, and he just flew like he was actually Superman. I was like, wow. And I was expecting possibly maybe AJ would come out, but he didn't.
Yeah, but he didn't. That's a sign of things to come later on.
Yeah.
So there we go. So then we had the match with Sami Zayn and Rusev. Now, I don't know if this promo was before this or after or whatever, but there was a promo like during Raw that showed the history between Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, and it was excellent.
Excellent.
This is one of the best storylines. Like, it's personal. It's one of the best storylines we've seen in years. I mean, it's personal between these two. These guys went to each other's weddings. They were great friends, and these guys go back to the Ring of Honor. These guys go back to other indie promotions. I mean, they go back a long time, and now they're finally meeting at the pinnacle of, I'm gonna say sports entertainment, because there's other promotions that wrestle, but at the pinnacle of exposure in sports entertainment. I mean, sure, maybe Payback. It may not be WrestleMania or SummerSlam, but this is still a huge deal.
Yeah, and it's great that they're selling this feud for this type of pay-per-view, because Payback is not as established as the major four in the WWE, but like they're really hyping this pay-per-view up, and this is one of the great ways to do feuds, is to give us a little backstory. It was a really creative way to bring these guys from the indie scene and polish them a little bit and put them in the WWE and tell their story. So I was really surprised that they're really going through with this, because these guys are from the indies and they do have history. I'm gonna name drop it: El Generico and Kevin Steen.
Yep.
There we go. This is really catching up. The casual WWE fan and actually giving them sort of character for audiences that only watch WWE.
And it's also letting WWE fans know, the more casual viewers, that this is not the only place where you can watch wrestling. There's other promotions out there. So Sami Zayn had a match with Rusev. Sami Zayn had to win this one because he was on a little bit of a losing streak, and this is also setting up for the eventual. Well, what happens to League of Nations like later on in the week, but yeah, so it was a good match. I think Rusev's another underrated guy. I think he's actually really talented.
Yeah, last night, he showed a different. Honestly, like he's a great talent, but it kind of reminded me that like since he's solo in this match, that it reminded me how great he was.
Yeah.
Because like I remember when he debuted, I was like, wow, this is a great guy, but
yeah,
nah, he's good.
All right, so now I believe after that there was a promo. There were this Raw wasn't really packed with matches. There were mostly promos because I'm looking at this. There's only about 6. Normally there'd be like 8.
Yeah.
But there was a promo that was about the tag team titles. So you had New Day who did their typical thing. I mean, it may be typical, but I love it.
I love a New Day.
Exactly.
Yeah. Great.
And out came Enzo. By the way, there's actually news that they're trademarked Enzo, so now Amore is going to be out. Like, his name is just going to be Enzo, which I find stupid.
Okay. Yeah, they always do that. Alexander Rusev.
Rusev's now Rusev. Antonio Cesaro is now just Cesaro. Sami.
They actually had Sheamus with a last name. I don't know if you remember.
I don't.
His name is Sheamus O'Shaughnessy, and then they took it off.
Well, that would make sense. That would make sense because that's just like stereotypical Irish. But so yeah, you had the New Day come out, and then you had Enzo and Cass, and then you had the Vaudevillains, I think.
The Vaudevillains
came out first.
Yeah,
and then you had Enzo and Cass, and there was a stare down between the Vaudevillains and Enzo and Cass, and New Day was smiling and doing their typical thing while their music played, and that's typical New Day. I'm really looking forward to that match at Payback. Honestly,
great way to sell both tag teams too. You got a lot of because like as of like recently, tag teams have been in promos, but now it seems like they're being emphasized even more to be in promos. So it's a great way to sell. They're actually selling the talent. Like
exactly.
They're actually giving them great airtime instead of the same main event. Like they're actually giving characters, and this is something WWE is doing, and it's really great.
Definitely. Quick little thing about another tag team, Primo and Epico, how they're being repackaged. I am absolutely I'm just mind blown at how bad like their gimmick looks. I mean, do you think?
You see, the thing is, they remind me of just two Carlitos. Like I feel like it's nothing like we haven't seen.
It's before. Like because just a little tidbit out there. I am half Puerto Rican, so it's like I want them to be successful, but just it just looks so stupid to me.
Do you think it's too stereotypical? Do you think it's like corny?
It is corny. Thank you. That's the word I'm looking for. It is what they're doing is extremely corny because they've had 4 straight a month of just saying, "Come to Puerto Rico, the crown jewel of the Caribbean," whatever. I wanted the accent was alright, but they're just doing that, and now they were at a club talking about the part. I'm just like what
I feel like it's just been done before. I feel what I feel like they should do, and maybe this is a little bit it's probably following the stereotypical theme. I really think they should do I don't know if you've seen TNA how they did LAX.
I remember LAX, but I don't remember how they debuted.
So they were basically they were street guys from Los Angeles.
Yeah. I
think they should do something like that because that would be that's also putting in sort of a violent type of gimmick too, because I know they're trying to incorporate a tougher brand. So I think that'd be a great way. I'll establish them as a serious tag team if they were villains like that.
Yeah, but I feel with this it's just
But I don't know. I'm not.
It's corny. It's not. Yeah.
At all.
All right. So then you had kind of got a couple minutes left. We'll go through this. Apollo Crews defeated Stardust. There was a promo before the show we mentioned. Before we started, we were talking that it made us feel uncomfortable. But yeah, Apollo Crews. This is probably the one opponent that Apollo Crews has had so far in the main roster that's actually, somewhat of a well-established name. The other guys were jobbers, and he squashed them easily. I mean, this match was pretty short too, 3 minutes. But yeah, I mean, Stardust. He has to go back to Cody. That's all I'm saying.
He has to go back to Cody Rhodes. ASAP.
Or something else.
It's really a shame.
Yeah, it's something else. All right, so then Natalya defeated Emma. This was another extremely short match. This really was more of a build-up towards a payback match between Charlotte and Natalya for the Women's Championship. And really what happened was she won, and Ric Flair and Charlotte were sitting ringside, and she just went up to them and, did what she does. Well, not what she does, but
yeah.
Yeah, you get it. It's typical, intimidation, saying I'm going to get the title away from you, stuff like that.
Yeah.
All right, so now we have the main event. Roman Reigns and Alberto Del Rio. Not exactly an exciting main event because Roman Reigns doesn't really wrestle on Raw as much that often, but he was I mean, I like Del Rio as a wrestler, but the match was all right. Roman ended up winning, of course. He's champion. You can't have him lose to Del Rio, and so that's 0-3 for the members of the League of Nations. And why don't you explain what happened after that match concluded?
I actually don't remember. Like what happened
Well,
again?
okay, what happened was after Roman Reigns won, Anderson and Gallows came out.
Oh yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah.
You see,
And Roman,
actually, this is what happened. I'll be honest with you. Um, I actually like I turned away from the channel, but like I saw on social media that like it was one of those Photoshop things where it was like AJ Styles is right next to the Bullet Club and they're all in the ring and like they said that Balor came out.
no,
Yeah,
no,
and I
they
was like,
didn't. He did
wait,
not
what?
come
I
out.
missed that. I was like, no. I was like,
No,
no. But yeah, that
he's
was
not like
yeah, because I actually like I don't know what happened. I think I fell asleep.
no surprise.
Unfortunately.
No, Raw is too
Yeah,
long. Okay,
yeah,
this is, I know what you're thinking. How can you get bored watching something that's supposed to be entertainment? Raw is
yeah,
3 hours. Okay, and it gets stale often, so it's kind of hard. Okay, and it's on a Monday.
yeah.
But so Roman Reigns, he defeated Del Rio. Anderson and Gallows came out, and then AJ Styles came out to like stop them, and then they walked away. Then Roman Reigns hit Styles with a Superman punch, and then Styles got up and hit him with the
Yeah,
phenomenal
because
forearm.
previously I remember they were backstage and then Styles was doing a promo and they tried to make it like, oh, we're only here to help you. We're not here to like, we're not like we're helping you because they have three people. They're gonna jump you. And basically AJ Styles like gave him, he's like, all right, I'll take you guys. You guys are my friends. Not like I'm using you guys to like make sure that I become the champion, but you guys are
Yeah.
my friends. But just stay out of it. Make
Yeah.
sure, But you know what they're gonna do.
So overall, I thought the Raw was okay. It wasn't as good as last week's, but I thought it
I
was an
think
okay Raw.
I think it was great. It was definitely a highlight to see a lot of the talent shine, and it
Oh,
seems like they're growing.
also forgot to mention there's a promo with Cesaro and The Miz, but not really much noteworthy. It was kind of like last week's, but it's kind of like the same as last week's. But
There was also a promo with Chris Jericho and Dean Ambrose.
oh man, yeah, we're kind of running short on time here.
Yeah.
16 plus minutes. I guess we'll discuss that towards the beginning of the next segment. So, next segment we're gonna talk about those two promos real quick, and then we'll get to the preview of WWE Payback this Sunday from Chicago. So we will be right back.
All right.
Don't go anywhere.